Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading verse number 32 from chapter 29 of the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The chapter is entitled Explanation of Devotional Service. Artha Gyat Samshaya Chetta Tataha Shreyan Swa Karmakrit Mukta Sangas Tato Bhuyan Adogda Dharmam Atmanaha Arthagyat Samshaya Chetta Tatha Shreyan Swakarmakrit Mukta Sangas Tato Bhuyan Adogda Dharmam Atmanaha Arthagyat Samshaya Chetta Tatha Shreyan Swakarmakrit Mukta Sangas Tato Bhuyan Adogda Dharmam Atmanaha Arthagyat Samshaya Cheta Tatha Shreyan Swakarmakrit Mukta Sangas Tato Bhuyan Adogda Dharmam Atmanaha Arthagyat Samshaya Cheta Tatha Shreyan Swakarmakrit Mukta Sangas Tato Bhuyan Adogda Dharmam Atmanaha Arthagyat Samshaya Cheta Tatha Shreyan Swakarmakrit Mukta Sangas Tato Bhuyan Adogda Dharmam Atmanaha Arthagyat Samshaya Cheta Shreyan Swakarmakrit Mukta Sangas Tato Bhuyan Adogda Dharmam Atmanaha. Arthagyat, then one who knows the purpose of the Vedas. Samshaya, doubts. Cheta, one who cuts off. Tataha, then him. Shreyan, better. Swakarma, his prescribed duties. Krit, one who executes. Mukta Sangaha, liberated from material association. Tataha, then him. Bhuyan, better. Adogda, not executing. Dharmam, devotional service, Atmanaha, for himself. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Better than Brahmana, who knows the purpose of the Vedas, is he who can dissipate all doubts, and better than him is one who strictly follows the Brahmanical principles. Better than him is one who is liberated from all material contamination, and better than him is a pure devotee who executes devotional service without expectation of reward. Please repeat after me. Better than the Brahmana, who knows the purpose of the Vedas, is he who can dissipate all doubts, and better than him is one who strictly follows the Brahmanical principles. Better than him is one who is liberated from all material contamination. And better than him is a pure devotee who executes devotional service without expectation of reward. So Prabhupada writes here, Arthagya Brahmana refers to one who has made a thorough analytical study of the Absolute Truth and who knows that the Absolute Truth is realized in three different phases, namely Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan. If someone not only has this knowledge but is able to clear all doubts, if questioned about the Absolute Truth, he is considered better. Further, there may be a learned Brahmana Vaishnava who can explain clearly and eradicate all doubts. But if he does not follow the Vaishnava principles, then he is not situated on a higher level. One must be able to clear all doubts and simultaneously be situated in the Brahmanical characteristics. Such a person who knows the purpose of the Vedic injunctions, who can employ the principles laid down in the Vedic literatures, and who teaches his disciples in that way, is called an Acharya. The position of an Acharya is that he executes devotional service with no desire for elevation to a higher position of life. The highest perfectional Brahmana is the Vaishnava. A Vaishnava who knows the science of the Absolute Truth but is not able to preach such knowledge to others is described as being in the lower stage. One who not only understands the principles of the science of God but can also preach is in the second stage. And one who not only can preach but who also sees everything in the Absolute Truth and the Absolute Truth in everything is in the highest class of Vaishnavas. It is mentioned here that a Vaishnava is already a Brahmana. In fact, the highest stage of Brahmanical perfection is reached when one becomes a Vaishnava. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutala Srimate Radha Govinda Goswami Niti Namine. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutala Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Sunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are looking at the different classifications of the living entities. So those that have no life are on the lowest platform. They don't have the soul. And then the next is those which have the life symptoms, and then the next level up is those living entities who have developed sense perception, and out of those who have developed sense perception, those who have developed the sense of touch is better, and then the next level up is the ones who have developed the sense of taste, and then the ones who have developed the sense of smell is better than those who have developed the sense of taste, and those who have developed the sense of hearing is better than those who have developed the sense of smell, and those who are able to see, they can see, those who have developed the sense of vision, they are better than those who have developed the sense of hearing, and those who have developed the sense of vision, those better than those are actually those who have teeth above and below, and those who have got many legs are better than those, and those who have got 4 legs, quadrupeds, are better than those, and those who have 2 legs are better than those. And out of those who have got the 2 legs, the humans are the best. And out of the humans who follow the Varnashrama system, who come within the Varnashrama system, are the best. So there are different kinds of humans: Jalajarnava Lakshani, Sthavara Lakshya Vimsati, and Rudra, Krimi, Rudra Sankyaka. So Krimis means like the insects and reptiles. They are 1100,000 or 11 lakh, and then Jalja is 9 lakh, and Sthavar, those trees and plants, they are 20 lakh or 2 million. So in that way, if you look at all the total, the entire total, the total of all of them, it is 8.4 million. So out of those, there are 400,000 human forms. So humans which are classified within the Varnashrama system, Varna, those 4 Varnas, they are the best. So there are other human beings which don't come in this 4 Varna system, the Chatur Varna system, and they are not superior human beings. They are still human beings. They still, they have 2 legs, just like other human beings, but they are on a lower platform. And those human beings who come in the Varnashrama system, out of them, the Brahmanas are the best. And out of the Brahmanas, those who know the Vedas, they can understand the Vedas, they are the best. And out of those who know the Vedas, those who know the actual purport of the Vedas is the best. And now, this verse. Artha Gyat means those who know the Arth. Arth means the purpose of Gyat means knowledge. If they have the knowledge of the purpose of the Vedas, then they are best out of those who actually know the Vedas. The real purport of the Vedas is actually what is the real purpose? Devotional service. Lord Krishna says, Sarvasya Chaham Hriday Sannavishto. What's the verse? Matas Pratir Jnanam Apanam Cha Vedescha Sarvair Ahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Chaham. So Sarvasya Chaham Hriday Sannavishto, I live in everyone's heart. So the Lord is saying, Cha Aham, I. Aham means I. So I live in everyone's heart. Sarvasya Chaham Hriday Sannavishto. Mata Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. By me comes Apohanam, Jnanam, and Smriti. Remembrance, and what else? Gyan, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Yeah. And then Sarvas, and also he says, what else? Sarvas Chamir Disannavishta Matas Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Vedescha Sarvair Ahameva Vedyo Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Chaham. I am the compiler of the Vedanta, I am the knower, and by all the Vedas, I am to be known. So by all the Vedas, he is to be known. So that's the real purport of the Vedas. That is the real goal of the Vedas, to understand the Lord. So those who understand that, they are better than those who actually are the know of the Vedas. The real purpose of reading the Vedas is to understand the Lord. And out of those, samsaya chetta, those arthagyat, out of those who know the Vedas, know the purpose of the Vedas, they know that the purpose of the Vedas is devotional service, to understand the Lord, so they at least have come to that platform. Now out of those, samsaya chetta, those who are able to remove the ignorance, sansaya, doubts, they are better. There are some people who are very good at removing the doubts of people. They understand, okay, this question, this is the answer. This is the question, this is the answer. They are very good at doing that. So they are better out of those, because they are able to remove the sansaya, the doubts. Because Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, agyascha shradanascha samshyatma vinashyati nayam lokosti na parona sukam samshyatmana. Does anyone know that verse? Agyascha ashradadhanascha. Agya means ignorance. Ashradadhana, faith, no faith, faithlessness. Agyascha ashradhanascha. Samshayatma, samshay means the doubt. Samshayatma means those who always have doubt. Vinashyati, they fall down. Vinashyati. Because they always have doubt, they're always in doubt. They don't know where they are going, where they came from, always in doubt. Samshyatma vinashyati. Nayam lokosti na paro. They don't have happiness in this world, neither paro, the life after death. Nayam lokosti na paro. Na sukam samshyatmana. No happiness for them. So one who is able to remove the doubts, cut off the doubts, is better. So that's a better person. But tatha shreya swakarmakrit. And better than those are those who are actually following the principles. There are some people who only do the talking, but they don't do the following. So the people who do the talking as well as the following is better than them. Karmakrit. Swakarmakrit. What they know that they need to do. Not only. So out of those people who know the Vedas, those who know the purport of the Vedas is the best. And out of those who know the purport, those who are able to remove the doubts of other people are best. And out of those who are able to remove the doubts of other people, those who are actually able to follow things themselves, the Vaishnava principles are better. So that's tatha shreyan swakarmakrit. And mukta sangas tato bhuyan. And out of those who are able to follow them, the mukta sangas, liberated from material contamination. There's another, sangha also means attachment, too much attachment. Those who are free from the attachment, and they are actually better. Or also here, it also means that freed from material contamination, because one can only be freed from material contamination that when you actually put it into practice. If you know you are able to remove the doubts of the others, then you don't practice yourself, then how can you get free from the material contamination? You still have the contamination because you are doing it for others. You know that this is to be done, but you don't do it yourself. What do they say? The taste of the pudding is in eating. That's what it is saying. So you give it, then you say it to others, but you don't practice, put it into practice. What's the use? So you have to put the things into practice. If someone tells you the recipe, this is nice, this is how you cook, this is how you cook, and then you say, oh, very nice recipe, very nice recipe. Unless you do it, you cook it and eat, what's the purpose? It may look very nice, but the thing is, sometimes people say, oh, this is what is to be done, this is what is to be done. Sometimes we go to sometimes when we were younger, we used to go to so many lectures, People used to give so many nice lectures. Lord's name is important, Lord's name is important, Lord's name is important. But I've never seen them chanting. They would say, because it's written in the scriptures and they were very good at reciting and they're very good at, speaking. They're very good, but they don't chant the names themselves. So how can they be better? So they know they can remove the doubts of other people and they say, oh, in the scripture it said this, but they don't put it into practice. And then putting into practice, after they put into practice, what should eventually come? They should get free from the anarthas. They should get free from the material contamination. They should get free from sangha means also attachment. They should get free, because what happens when you practice devotional service? What does Bhagavatam say? Detachment and knowledge. The causeless transcendental knowledge should come. That will come. So detachment is very important part of this process. So mukta sangas tato bhoya and adogda dharmam atmanaha. Adharmam. So then what happens is, better than that, that person is one who has become, dharmam is devotional service, Prabhupada writes here, dharmam. Adogda means there is no, not doing it for some purpose, but doing it just not to, it's unmotivated and uninterrupted, just for not that purpose, without expecting anything in return, for that purpose. Adogda dharmam atmana, that person is the best. So that means the pure devotee is the best, not doing it for a purpose, not doing it for some material goal, or not even for liberation, but just not doing it for himself. And also it means that giving it to others, not for himself, but he is interested in giving it to others. We know that the person who received this Bhagavatam, he is a very great person. Who is the person who received this Bhagavatam? Who was made the first receiver of this Bhagavatam? Of course, there are other people in that assembly. Parikshit. Parikshit Maharaj heard it from Sukadeva Goswami, and Sukadeva Goswami spoke different things. Even he spoke about the heavenly planets. And he spoke about the heavenly planets, he spoke about the hellish planets. Parikshit Maharaj was not interested in the heavenly planets, he was not interested in the hellish planets, because it's not meant for him. He's a Mahabhagavat. Why should Sukadeva Goswami speak about hellish planets and heavenly planets to him? It's actually test for him, what kind of person he is. And then he said, what's the use of all this? What's the use of all this, heavenly planets and all these things? And what can one do in order to, what can one do so that he doesn't have to go to the hellish planets? He's not interested in himself. He's already delivered, he's already a Mahabhagavat, but he is interested in other people. How can other people benefit? How can other people get purified? A devotee doesn't only think about himself, but he thinks about others. He wants others to benefit. He wants others to taste what he's tasting. He wants to give others. And so Sukadeva Goswami, when he said that to Sukadeva Goswami, how can one get free from the narakas? Because your description, the way you have described narakas, it looks like that no one can escape this. And then he spoke the important katha, which is
talks about Krishna.
Ajamil katha. Ajamil katha. And then, he was satisfied. Yes, if Ajamil could be delivered, then he was so sinful. If he could be delivered by the holy name, then why not? Then everyone could be delivered. So that's an important thing. He was interested in, other people as well, other people of this world, because they're so engrossed in so many sinful activities. They are performing so many sinful activities. And Sukdev Goswami spoke that katha and then he was satisfied. Of course, later on he wants to know about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. So there are different levels, different categories of human beings as well. So we have already come to the human platform, and human body is already very, very rare to attain. It's very, very rare to get a human body. Even the demigods want to have the human body. They are having so much of enjoyment there in the heavenly planets. The people who are living on the earthly planet, they want to go to the heaven, and the demigods, they want to be born as a human being on the earth. So they want to be, they are having so much of enjoyment, but they are not happy there. They still have so much of suffering as well. And they see other people getting delivered, and they want to be born. And so there are different classes of human beings. Human body, as I said, is already rare. And then the next level up is those who are following the Varnashrama system. And then the next level up is the Brahmanas. And then the next level up is those Brahmanas who have Vedic knowledge. And then the next level up is those who know the purport of the Vedas. And the next level up is those who are able to remove the doubts of other people. And then the next level up is those who are able to remove the doubts of other people. Now it's a devotional platform. Before that, like those people who are who know the Vedic scriptures, but they might not know the purport of the Vedas. And so, but those who know, like that devotional platform, at least they know the devotional service is important. And then there are those who are able to remove the doubts of other people, and then those people who are practicing themselves, and those people who are next level up is those people who are free from all the material contamination, material association, and then those pure devotees are the best of all. So that's where that discussion of the different living entities will conclude, that will finish different living entities. So that means the best is a pure devotee of the Lord. So who do you want to be? Where do you want to be in that ladder? We have to ask ourselves, where should we be on that ladder? So that very nice explanation is given. Different levels of living entities, different levels, and the top level on the top of the ladder is a pure devotee of the Lord. And Prabhupada says here, the position of the Acharya is he executes the devotional service with no desire for elevation to a higher position of life. So he's not interested in position or anything, or going to the heavenly planets. And he practices and he shows others how to do it by his own personal example. And one who does this is called an Acharya, or a teacher, real teacher. Because teacher and cheater, they are made up of the same letters. The word teacher is Teacher, and the word cheater is Cheater, and they have exactly the same letters. Those who practice what they preach, they are actually real teachers or real acharyas. Otherwise, they are not considered to be teachers, they are considered to be cheaters. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Mahapurana ki jai. Any comments or questions?
This brings us to nectar of instruction.
Yeah, Vacha Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarupasta Vegam, Etan Vegan, Yo Vishaheta Dhira, Sarvam Apima Prithvim Sasishyat. Correct. So,
a sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, actions of anger, that means tongue, belly, genitals,
they are in the same line.
Qualified to make disciples all over the world.
All of that. That's very important. So they should be able to control all these different edges. Otherwise, they are not qualified to become even a guru.
True.
If they don't have control of the tongue, belly, and genitals, which come in the same line, they can't become a guru. But there are so many so-called gurus now that these are the problems they suffer from mostly.
This is the biggest hurdle.
Biggest problem. So In the Bhagavatam, there's in the 11th canto, there is instructions of Dattatreya Bhagavan. He speaks about 24 gurus to Yadu Maharaj. Yadu is the person in whose dynasty Lord Shri Krishna appeared, Yadu once, Yadu dynasty. So he speaks to Yadu Maharaj about 24 different spiritual masters. And one of the spiritual masters that he names, one of his spiritual masters, one of his preceptors, is the fish. And what he learned from the fish is that fish is not having a controlled tongue and attracted to the taste. And because of that, the fish had to die. And in that in that section of the Bhagavatam, it's mentioned that one who is not able to control the tongue cannot be said to be Jitendriya. Jitendriya. Jita means conquered, Indriya means senses. So one who has not controlled the tongue is not a Jitendriya. One may have controlled the other senses, but unless one is able to control the tongue, one is not a Jitendriya. So, and Jitendriya means one who has conquered the senses. And so tongue is the hardest of all the senses to control, sense of a tongue. It's mentioned. And the Acharyas say that there are two ways in which one can easily control one's tongue. Two ways. By giving it prasadam, and by vibrating the holy name of the Lord, speaking about the Lord. So easily, very easily the tongue could be controlled. And when the tongue is controlled, then slowly the other senses come into control. Because when the tongue is not controlled, then everything else finishes. Yeah. So one cannot be called a Jitendriya if one does not have the tongue under the control. Yeah. So that's what Dattatreya Bhagavan says to Yadu Maharaj. So ya vacha vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udarupastha vegam, etan vegan yoy vishaheta dhira, sarvam apimam prithvim sasishyat. They can make disciples all over the world. Prithvim sasishya. Shishya means disciples. So then, which basically means one comes to that level of pure devotional platform, and not only speaking but also following. And then when they become purified, then they can purify others as well. Otherwise they'll fall down after some time, right? They will fall down because of attraction to the opposite sex. They'll fall down because of the wealth, right? Fall down because of the high position, right? Even someone who went to the heavenly planets and got puffed up because of the position. Who was that person? He became a snake. Eh? That was a king on the earth, and he became Nirga, and he was delivered by Lord Krishna. His name is, the other person I'm talking about is Nahush. He became the king of the heaven. He was occupying the post of the Indra when Indra had killed Vritrasur and was hiding in Manasarovar, in that Manasarovar lake. He had first, when Indra killed one of the person who was performing the yajna for him. Do you know the name? So Vishwarup. Killed Vishwarup, and then he distributed the sin to 4 different, like the women, the air, the water, and the trees. And then he was freed from the sinful reaction. But the next time he killed Vritrasur, and the Brahma Hatya sinful reaction was running after Indra, and he had to hide. And at that time, Nahush Maharaj occupied a very high position of Indra, and he just got puffed up because of the position, high position, and he had to fall down and become a python, Ajgar. So that's the danger of the position. So some people fall down because of the position, some people fall down because of the wealth. Too much of wealth means they want to enjoy now more, and women, easy access to women, so they fall down. So those are the dangerous things. But when one is having this thing under control, the tongue, by chanting and only prasadam, then gradually all the senses will come under control, because we know that all the people who achieved something in life, they started with a lot of austerities. So they give up, too much of eating. They only, eat very little, only tiny amount of eating. So then when the tongue comes under control, then other senses come under control. When you don't eat, then other senses can't be that strong, right? So that's tongue, and of course chanting, and chanting will help us with that, with controlling our tongue, and we'll understand what is to be eaten, what is not to be eaten. So Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji.
Another one is that can make us fall if we're falsely puffed up.
Sorry?
If we're falsely puffed up,
Yeah.
it's stated all over the sastras, I've read it a few times, that a devotee of Krishna who is falsely puffed up is not a devotee. He thinks himself better than everyone else. And these verses, they make us think the levels of people, the Vaishnavas are the best. We are the best because we have Krishna. And this can be very bad for us if we take it in the wrong angles.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's the classification of the devotee. We should try to purify ourselves and try to become, good pure devotees. But at the same time, we should also remember that we should not be puffed up because I am a better devotee than others. We should not, because that's what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching. The important last instruction of Bhagavad Gita, most important lesson of Bhagavad Gita is Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshishami Masucha. Give up all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I will free you from all the sinful reactions, you do not worry. Lord Krishna says that. But now, after Bhagavad Gita begins the Bhagavatam. So at the end of the Bhagavatam, it's mentioned that Nam Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Nam Sankirtanam. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, then one can be free from all the sinful reactions. And then after that, Chaitanya Charitamrita begins, and Chaitanya Charitamrita ends with the Sikshashtakam prayers. And in that, the most important verse is Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Seshnuna Manina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari. So, if we follow that, how can we get puffed up? How can we get puffed up? And we recite it not once, not twice, not 365 days in a year, and we still don't follow it. What have we learned? That's what it says, follow first. If we recite it 365 days in a year, and if we have been in ISKCON for 10 years, then we have recited it 3,650 times, but we haven't learnt it yet. Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Mahapurani ki jai. And most people have been here for more than 10 years. I'm just giving an example. 3,650 times. Only 10 years. And seniors have been here for 30, 40, more than that. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.